Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. To pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night. To pure spirits. To pure sport. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
A pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Guerin Catholic High School and Golden Eagles girls soccer. This afternoon, it's South Bend St. Joe coming in ranked number 7 in the state. They are 12-1-1, and the host Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles coming in 5-2-3, ranked 19th in the state in 3A. Troy Daragowski along with Eric Eaton. Beautiful afternoon, a little bit windy, but this should be a great matchup. Eric, I'll tell you what, when you look at the two teams on paper, you really get a pretty good idea why they're both in the top 20.
Oh, absolutely. Guerin Catholic comes in here, Troy, on a 4-match unbeaten streak. And if everybody remembers last year, they got hot at the end of the season. I think they had a 17-match unbeaten streak, which ended in the state title game against Noblesville. So perhaps they're getting hot again at the right time of the season. Meanwhile, you take a look at South Bend St. Joseph. This is a great program perennially here in the state of Indiana. Since 2008, they have advanced to the regional round of the state tournament every year. So they've got a great program. And as you said, they're ranked pretty highly in the state coming in right now at number 7 and 12-1-1. I will say their one loss of the season, Troy, was to Hamilton Southeastern, and they're now facing another team from Hamilton County here today in Guerin Catholic.
Could be an omen. We'll find out here very soon. Let's start with South Bend St. Joe, talk about some of their personnel, but before we get to those key players today, you look at what they have done offensively. They've scored 49 goals coming into this one here today. They've given up only 6. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, but that tells me you're pretty darn good on offense, and you're really good on defense and in goal.
Oh, absolutely. Junior Ella Frick leads the team in goals. She has 21 goals on the season. Peyton Hull will start in goal today for South Bend, and just allowed just 6 goals all season. A goals allowed average of .429. So they're good both ways, offensively and defensively, and that's the sign of being a very good team.
Go back to Frick, if you wouldn't mind. You talk about the 21 goals. She only, if I'm not mistaken, she only has how many shots on the season? It seems like every time she ends up getting a chance to score, she does. Her percentage is really high.
Yeah, so looks like 1.5 goals per game. I'm looking at the stats here. 8 assists for her, so pretty good balance from her there. And but they've got other players as well. Baxter, a sophomore, and Harrington, a junior, both have 8 goals on the season as well.
So those are some of the key players for South Bend St. Joe. Let's go back to goal if we can. Peyton, or take a Hull, if I may, was the goalie split time in the last matchup that they had on the season. Talk a little bit about her numbers again coming in. How well is she going to have to play today against a team that scores like South Bend St. Joseph?
Well, certainly the goalkeeper for Guerin is going to have one of her best matches of the season coming in today of this matchup here against a very, very good team in South Bend St. Joe. As we get to the stats here, it's a little windy here, so we got to keep everything buttoned up here. But for the goalie for Guerin, Bailey Capella, on the season, looks like a 1.11 goals allowed per game, which is not bad, but certainly this is a high-scoring South Bend St. Joe team, so she's going to have to be on her game here today, here in a windy day here at Guerin.
Yeah, I misspoke. I should have said it was Taylor Beard and Bailey Capella. They were the two that actually split time in their last match against Cathedral, in which it ended up at 1 apiece. For South Bend, they've outscored in their last 6 games, they've outscored their opponents 21-2. And on the other side, Guerin Catholic, in their last 8 matches, they've outscored their opponents 28-7. Hey, listen, you mentioned the wind here a little bit ago. It's got to be a big key factor here today. Any ball that gets in the air, the way the wind is blowing right now, has to be a factor.
It will be. It looks like it's kind of blowing pretty strong from left to right, so anything kicked from the left side of the field is definitely going to be affected by the wind. If you're kicking from right to left, the wind's going to hold it up a little bit.
Who gets off to the fast start, and if that's a key today, who maybe puts the pressure on the other team in this top 20 matchup? Is that huge to get off to a good start today?
Well, I think it is at any time in soccer. You get that first goal, it seems to put a lot of pressure on the other team. So I think if you're Guerin, not that you need to overpress to get that first goal early, but I think certainly Guerin is probably the team that wants to get off the fast start here today.
Hey, by the way, we had mentioned the 3A coaches poll. Noblesville is number 1. You can get a pretty good idea of just how good soccer is here in the area. You got Noblesville at number 1, Homestead is number 2, then Carmel Hamilton Southeastern, and Bloomington South. Rounding out the top 10, North Central, St. Joseph, Columbus North, Center Grove, and Zionsville. So you look at that top 10, and we talked about at least 6 or 7 of those around the Indianapolis area or very, very close. You see how competitive it is, not only in each league, but once you get to that state tournament. And by the way, the tournament draw, if I'm not mistaken, for both the boys and the girls in high school soccer is coming up tomorrow night, I think at around 5 o'clock is when they start. I'm going to take that back. That's a 7 o'clock Eastern start time for the tournament draw. Both teams are lined up and ready to go. We're going to take a quick timeout unless we're going to keep it here for a little bit. We're kind of waiting to see right there. Yeah, they're going to do starting lineups. So Guerin Catholic, you take a look at the Golden Eagles right there, their final instructions. So we're going to take a timeout, correct? All right, we're going to stay here for this one for the starting lineups. In fact, why don't we, while we have a moment, let's go ahead and go back to Eric. He can give you the starting lineups immediately and get an idea who's starting today.
Yeah, let's take a look at first for the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles, as we said, come in with a 5-2-3 record on the season. Coached by Sean Yao. Let's take a look at the defenders. And number 13, Haley Abel, a senior. Number 15, Shaylin Hussey is a senior, and number 16, Cece Leffler, a junior. And the midfielders today for Guerin Catholic, number 8, Alex Susi, number 11, Katie Koger. Susi is a sophomore. Koger is going to be a senior. And we've also got number 25, Sutton Warman, a sophomore midfielder. And the forwards today for the Golden Eagles, we've got number 7, Emerson Jennings, a senior. Number 10, Alyssa Ferry, a senior, and number 22, Mia Gotts, a freshman for the Golden Eagles. For South Bend St. Joseph, coached by Phil DePaul. Defenders here this afternoon, we've got number 11, Lucy Smith, a senior, and number 19, Lauren Frick, is a freshman. Number 11, Lucy Smith, a senior, and number 13, Lindsay Guttermuth, also a senior. The midfielders for the Indians here today, we've got number 6, Ella Scott, a senior. Number 9, Ashley Deputy, a senior. Number 20, Ella Frick, a junior. And number 21, Alexis Manfield, a senior. The forwards for South Bend St. Joseph, number 4, Meg Baxter, a sophomore, and number 15, Lauren Harrington, a junior.
All right, there's the starting lineups. Both teams are being announced here. We're going to take a quick timeout as well. It'll be the Golden Eagles against St. Joseph here this afternoon. Do not go away. This is Guerin Catholic Girls Soccer right here on IndianaSRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Phil DePaul.
Back here once again at Guerin Catholic High School, and great matchup expected here today. We mentioned South Bend St. Joseph, the Indians coming in at 12-1-1. Earlier, Eric mentioned the last time that they lost was to Hamilton Southeastern. That was way back on August the 21st. So we've even changed seasons. Went from summer to fall the last time that they lost a matchup. The last time they were out, they beat Penn 3-0. Ella Frick ended up with 3 goals. And Peyton Hull in that matchup with 11 saves. Guerin Catholic again at 5-2-3 on the season.
Number 13.
In their last time out, again, they tied Cathedral at 1 apiece. I don't think there's any doubt about it. When these two teams get to tournament play, they will be ready to go. Want to remind you this broadcast is copywritten by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience and the use of pictures, videos, and audio without the expressed written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. South Bend St. Joseph will be in the white today. Guerin in the dark. We'll take a timeout. This is Guerin Catholic High School Soccer right here on IndianaSRN.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc. within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is. And that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
There you see Guerin Catholic as they're set to take on the number 7 team in the state. Eric, when you talk about the firepower of South Bend St. Joseph, and I think about Frick and what she's done so far, if you are Guerin Catholic, do you put a lot of more pressure on her? Do you focus on her more than anything and kind of, hey, listen, if we're going to get beat, it's not going to be by her?
Well, I would think that would probably be the plan. I mean, as we said, that she leads the team in goals with 21 on the season. They have 2 other players that have 8 behind her. So I would think that they're going to want to try and limit her a little bit, her touches. But as we talked about, 26 shots on the season, 21 of them have, in the pregame, 21 have ended up in the net. So she's definitely going to get her touches. But they're going to definitely try and limit her a little bit. Back to the starters though, a little bit. I think I failed to mention the goalkeepers there. For the Golden Eagles, number 1 is Bailey Capella, a senior, and for South Bend St. Joseph here in goal is number 0, Peyton Hull, the junior.
All right, 2 very good keepers here this afternoon against South Bend St. Joseph. You see right there moving right to left, Guerin Catholic in the dark uniforms. They'll move left to right. Guerin able to take away that opening possession for South Bend St. Joseph, and now Guerin will play it behind and now work it back toward midfield. Early portion of a matchup like this with 2 top 20 teams, a lot of feeling out. The scouting report is in. They know each other pretty well coming into this one here today. And the one thing about Guerin, They're going to turn around and play again later tonight, so how much energy you use in this one, how much you can use later, what will you have left will be a big factor here this afternoon, as Guerin will hold possession just at midfield and will control it to the outside. Good look there at Alyssa Ferry, one of the senior forwards. Other thing about this game, you look at the amount of seniors on these two teams. You have 10 seniors for South Bend St. Joe, 11 for Guerin, so they've been in plenty of matchups over the entire 4 years of their career, and good ones as well.
Well, the two teams do know each other. They have played in recent years. They played last year. That game won by Guerin 4-0. Guerin had it. You just talked about a lot of seniors on their squad. They had a lot last year en route to the state championship match, so they're a little bit different team than what it was last year, as we get a good save here.
Boy, that was a good ball off the kick. Coming out there for South Bend St. Joseph. Peyton Hull, as you mentioned, getting the start today in goal. As we head the other way, South Bend St. Joe across midfield, and see if they can work it into the attacking third, and they cannot. Defensively, again, another takeaway for Guerin.
So Guerin, a pretty good start to this game defensively here, and I would think that would be the strategy early, try to put some pressure on South Bend St. Joe on their defense here.
Ball was sent deep, good ball, and nice return here. Again by Guerin Catholic, as they are able to take away at midfield and try to work it to the outside. So far that offense early for South Bend St. Joe, unable to produce much, but now they get a takeaway and will come across midfield. Ella Frick, keep an eye on her. She wears number 20, as now the keeper will scoop that one up. Just underway here at Guerin. You will hear the wind that is blowing from behind us throughout the afternoon. We'll see how much of a factor that will be. I'll be curious to see if we get a corner that'll either work, since the wind is blowing from the west. If you're on the east side, you're going to have to kick that thing into the wind.
Yep, so the wind will hold it up on that direction.
And that could play a big part in your strategy on those corners, as Guerin has a throw in from the far side. And I know a lot of times you use those corners either near post or far post if you possibly can, depending on how you want to set that thing up. That could be huge here today. Guerin works at midfield. No score here in the opening few minutes. Number 7, South Bend St. Joseph, and number 19, Guerin Catholic. Guerin fell asleep a little bit that time, as on the return, Alexis Mansfield unable to return that one into the field of play, so goes back over again to Guerin.
Yeah, good hustle there by Mansfield. Got behind, beat some defenders down the field there for Guerin, but they could not keep possession of the ball, the Indians.
I'll go back if I can and just talk a little bit about the Guerin cannot afford to make those kind of mistakes, letting that ball get loose as they did there toward midfield, and South Bend St. Joe was making their way back to the attacking third, as we will head the other way. Ball will clear to the far side of the field. Chance here now for Guerin outside the box. Good defense, South Bend St. Joseph hustling back. Lauren Frick once again. Ball be played to the far sideline deep in the corner. Guerin able to get another takeaway. That ball lifted high in the air. Guerin works it inside the box. Let's see if they can now get into scoring position, but that one rolled right into the awaiting arms of the keeper for South Bend St. Joseph.
Yeah, easy stop there for Hall. South Bend St. Joe had 4 defenders back inside the box, so they're not really a great attack on goal there for Guerin.
Hear that wind again gusting as St. Joseph midfield. Not a very clean possession here as they try to bring it across midfield. Good defense again for Guerin Catholic. They played well early, and give credit to number 11, Katie Koger, for the takeaway. And this time the goal. Able to get it into the box, and it's Alyssa Ferry, I believe number 10, who scored the goal there for Guerin Catholic.
Yeah, that was a great angle pass to her and really caught South Bend St. Joseph off guard, and the keeper out of position, put it inside the left corner of the net there.
Good start here today for Guerin Catholic on both sides of the ball. Their defense able to get the
takeaway.
takeaway.
A goal for Guerin Catholic. Number 10,
Yep.
Alyssa Ferry.
So it was Ferry on the
Her
goal.
4th of the season, assisted by number 7, Emerson Jennings. Her 6th of the season.
South Bend St. Joseph again unable to advance. And Guerin, I'm very impressed with their midfield defense so far. They're not allowing South Bend St. Joseph to get much. Trying to get into some type of an offensive rhythm. It hasn't happened yet, and now a couple of takeaways each way. Mansfield working this left sideline as they'll now play a little give and go. The official played a part in that one as South Bend tried to advance it. Guerin again working back toward midfield. Reagan Hadley there for Guerin as the ball advanced to the far sideline, and that will go out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in here for South Bend St. Joseph.
So far, we've not seen much out of Ella Frick for South Bend St. Joseph in terms of her being able to get possession of the ball.
Yeah, we've only, I think, called her name maybe once on offense. Defensively, she's had a couple of decent plays here this afternoon, but so far, this South Bend St. Joseph team unable to get that offense rolling this early in the matchup. So here comes Guerin back the other way. Cece Leffler will advance that ball. Foot race down into the corner just to the left of the box and advanced out front with the left foot kick, but nothing there again, and South Bend will clear it to the far side. Now there is Ella Frick. Surrounded again at midfield by 2 Golden Eagles. The ball comes loose, and on the near side will be Sarah Kiffmeyer. Guerin able to get the takeaway as this ball will go out of bounds on the near side.
Looks like, I think that was 21 Mansfield who tried to put a shot on goal there. It was deflected away by Guerin and then ends up out of bounds on the sideline.
You know, one thing about that wind, it sounds like a train. Throw in on the near corner, deep in the corner. And that ball will even sail out of bounds, in fact, go out of the stadium as we work here. And South Bend St. Joseph will have a corner. Now here is our first corner of the day. Guerin leading this one 1-0 here in this opening half of play.
And this will be a wind-assisted corner here, so we'll be interested to see how they play it.
So if you're going to take that corner, what do you want to do? You want to go, because you know that ball's going to carry, so you take something off of it right here?
I would think you have to take something off. It looks like they're not going to go short. They're going to go the traditional kick here.
Yeah, they're going to take it with all the players coming from the top, working their way in, and that ball sails. And again, you could really see how that ball carried off that gust of wind, and you can hear it as well. Mentioned this Guerin team's going to be back in action later today. That is if I'm not mistaken, a 6 o'clock start time. So now Guerin, they have been pretty much working off that left sideline on their attack. This might be one of the few times they've now looked to this side. Will they go back? And they do. You see Guerin. Good spacing on their offense as they continue to work it down the field. And South Bend St. Joseph able to come back themselves. Got a good look at Ella Scott, number 6 there for South Bend, as the ball will go out of play, and we'll have a throw in once again for St. Joseph. 30:27 remaining here in this first half of play. So 10 minutes in the books, and so far Guerin has played well here this afternoon. South Bend will clear that one out of bounds. That way they can set things up on their defense as Lucy Smith, the defensive and also midi there for South Bend St. Joseph. Ball outside the box on the left side. Guerin will try to advance that ball on the line drive kick and quickly scooped up, and will head back the other way. Good ball past midfield. In fact, it was out kicking their offensive players who weren't unable to get back, and there's the Guerin defense again. We go back and forth here for South Bend St. Joseph. Well, I tell you what, one thing that has stood out early is Guerin is not going to let South Bend St. Joseph have anything easy down the pitch here this afternoon. It has been all work so far.
Yeah, that's certainly true. I think most of the time here they've had opportunities. Guerin on defense have had multiple players surrounding the player that has the ball for South Bend St. Joe, as we saw that the goalkeeper Hull there for South Bend St. Joe just kicked that straight out of bounds here, so we'll have a throw-in for Guerin.
Yeah, did the smart thing, didn't have enough defenders back to feel comfortable in that situation, so Guerin will work it outside the box. Opportunity here, and again, this time blocked on the attempt. Guerin will keep it in the attacking third off of the left side. Here's a right foot, and that one's just over the top of the crossbar, and we nearly had us a 2-0 game. I didn't think if that was number 13. I think it was 13 who had the shot there.
It was number 13.
Was that Abel?
For Guerin, yes.
Yeah.
Abel, good shot there, and just over the outstretched arms of Hull. Nothing Hull could do, but it was just over the goal.
Yeah, we've seen her able kick it a couple of times. She's pretty good on that line drive kick. And again, Guerin able to come back and get the takeaway. They'll work it on the left side. That is Abel once again. Head up, eyes up, and was looking for a teammate. Sutton Warman was at midfield, or should say in the middle of the field, unable to get it to her, and the ball clears all the way down the sideline. Got some contact there toward the end line, and it will go out of play. And this will stay with Guerin.
So far, the defense for Guerin's been great, and they've not allowed South Bend St. Joseph to have that many opportunities, and also the ball control for Guerin has been good as well, and as a result, they lead 1-0.
So Guerin, again, here's your keeper. Will bring it to the near side, and again, rare that Guerin will work it this way. They have worked it that left sideline a lot and down the middle, but here we go. Guerin able to get it past midfield. Not a bad ball that time, just a little bit out in front of Katie Koger. And now South Bend on the attack themselves. Ball just outside the box, and there the Golden Eagles come back yet one more time. Good defense for Guerin Catholic. Lauren Gardner, one of the junior defenders there for Guerin, will have a good ball back toward the middle of the pitch, and Guerin unable to hold on to it. This is getting a little more physical here, as now South Bend St. Joseph on the counter attack. That's Ella Frick. St. Joseph an opportunity here. Good defense again for Guerin. They are able to hustle back, and give credit that time to Lauren Gardner, once again able to hustle back. And now Guerin across midfield, and will look to set it up in the attacking third, but that ball will squirt loose, and nothing there on that one.
It got away from Guerin there a little bit. 5 defenders back in near the box for South Bend St. Joe's, and Hull's going to pick it up for a goal kick here for St. Joe.
This might be one of those afternoons you get that early goal. We may not see anything the rest of the way. It's highly unlikely. Statistically, we won't, but both teams really going hard. Good tackle there.
Great tackle. 2 players hit the field there. It goes out near the corner. I think it's probably just going to be a throw-in, I think.
Cece Leffler was there for Guerin Catholic, and that was a really nice play. Each team getting a little bit of a break right here on the throw-in, chance to catch their breath. They're working against that wind as well. That is Ella Frick who will inbound, and it goes quickly out of bounds again. We've called number 13 quite a bit so far here today, Haley Abel, and she was able to at least disrupt that offensive flow, and now Guerin back the other way. South Bend St. Joseph able to come up with a takeaway as Ella Scott, the midi there for South Bend. Call that a 50-50 ball, available either way, and there's just a little bit of a push that time. The foul called against Katie Koger there for Guerin Catholic.
Yeah, free kick here for South Bend St. Joe out near midfield here.
I'd like this. If the wind was behind me, I'd give it a pretty good shot at making it all the way down there if I possibly could. Line drive kick knocked down. Guerin's defense able to stop that one again. So now Guerin on the counter. Little give and go attempt on that left sideline goes out of play. Alyssa Ferry was looking to hit her teammate after receiving, but unable to advance it, and that ball again will go out of bounds. And here comes Guerin again, putting a lot of pressure on this South Bend St. Joseph team here in the first half of play. 23:50 remaining here in the first half. Another turnover for South Bend St. Joseph. Ball goes awry and will be picked up again by South Bend. Now St. Joseph working behind midfield, and that will ricochet out of play, and it will stay right here with South Bend St. Joseph.
I would think a second goal in this game is going to be very pivotal for both sides. If Guerin can get it here, particularly in this opening half, and lead 2-0, they can take control of it. South Bend St. Joe, though, gets it, and we're going to be even at 1-1, and we're going to have ourselves a great game.
Yeah, how many times you see momentum swing in sports, you end up getting a 2-goal lead, and sometimes you just kind of take the wind out of the sails of your opponent. But you're playing here at home for Guerin, and chance to really make a statement. I think, if I'm not mistaken, South Bend St. Joseph, I think they have just one match remaining in the regular season. That'll be a conference matchup. We'll check that a little bit later. Guerin with a takeaway, back on the attack. Golden Eagles will work it off that left side once again. Been very heavy on the left here this afternoon. That's where they like to attack from. That is Frick trying to force the action deep against Emerson Jennings. Ball near the sideline. There's a push at the very end by Frick. Didn't really bother Hadley too much. Able to throw in again, and the ball returned back toward midfield.
Both teams showing some physicality, though, with their defense here of late.
So I think if I'm not mistaken, South Bend St. Joseph really starting to get a little more physical. I'm sure that's something they can hope to do, maybe taking Guerin out of their game a little bit. Time of possession as far as the ball goes has to be in favor of Guerin. They've owned this thing early in this one. Ball worked off the left side once again. South Bend St. Joseph there to get the takeaway, try to advance it with the right kick, and nothing there. Receive it again and then lift it high in the air to the far side, and will go out of play. We're down to the final 21 minutes of the first half. Bishop will bring the throw in a little bit further downfield as Guerin will have the throw in. Abel doing the duties again. Nothing available there, so South Bend St. Joe able to get the takeaway. Looks to advance it down the right sideline, and they too can't get it going. Last pass intended for Meg Baxter, one of the leading scorers for South Bend St. Joseph. Both teams battling for that loose ball, eventually picked up by South Bend St. Joseph. They try to get it downfield on the kick, but returned again. Good ball again all the way past midfield. Let's see who's going to get this one. But, boy, we talked so much about that defense for Guerin early. Able to disrupt that offensive flow even if they were able to get into it. Speaking of South Bend St. Joseph, off the right side, entry ball, and we've got a whistle, and we'll stop play.
Yeah, I think she just went out of bounds with it there on the inline. So it should be a goal kick here for Guerin.
So the Indians, winners of 12 of 14 this year, still a little frustrated here in this first half, trying to get their offense in gear. So Guerin Catholic will put it back in play. As you see, a good ball to the far side. And Guerin will go on the attack from there. Sarah Kiffmeyer with the left foot pass, and again, Guerin will advance it up the sideline. And coming back, takeaway for South Bend St. Joseph. Boy, but nobody home on the receiving end of that ball as Guerin will again work it up.
Yeah, great takeaway by Guttermuth, but they couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, they have opportunities, but nothing there. Here comes Guerin once again working right side of the box, and that kick will go way wide. Again, but she went down. There was contact there. Nothing as far as Lainey Eder there for South Bend St. Joseph. We will have another goalie kick right here with 18:15 remaining. Ball's going to stay in play. Both teams have an opportunity to get to this one. 3 or 4 players there in that sideline for South Bend St. Joseph. But again, even though they advance it past midfield, there is your defense for Guerin Catholic. Ball near side. This one's going to go out of play.
Boy, this first half, majority of these minutes just being played in the offensive half of the Guerin field here right now, and that's a huge advantage for them. But South Bend St. Joe's still in this game, though. They're only down 1-0.
And sometimes that's rare. You know, you end up with seeing teams that can push and push and push, and they get so much going offensively that you probably breathe a sigh of relief that you're still only down 1-0. Isabella Cook will come in for South Bend St. Joseph, and also coming in Lupe Ramirez, a senior midi forward. Annabelle Wright also coming in. She's a sophomore for Guerin Catholic. Just over 17 remaining here in the first half. Both teams high-powered offenses, as we pointed out early in the pregame, coming into this one. But not today so far.
How many times you see that? You got 2 high-powered offenses going at it, and you get a defensive slugfest.
Yeah, it turns out to be one of those heavyweight fights instead of that featherweight fight, right? But right now, South Bend St. Joseph with the throw-in. It was Cook who had it deep, and it was Cook who actually got the throw-in for St. Joseph. You know, I've not seen a South Bend St. Joseph play this year, but, and again, there's a reason why they're struggling at this point. You got very good defense as both players collide on the end line as goes out of play. But one thing that I noticed right there that's Guerin Catholic is not going to let the leading scorer, Ella Frick, bother them, because right now they have put Haley Abel on her, and it's been just a dogfight.
This corner coming up right here is going to be directly into the wind.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, that ball held up quite a bit. In fact, it kind of sailed outside, not exactly where the placement of that ball they wanted. So now the Indians will reset it out front as they go near midfield and work it to the right. No, they're going to come back. Good passing here out front. Not a ton of defensive pressure put on. Ball intended near side for Ramirez. Ramirez now off the left side. Can she get a play on it here? It goes past the end line and goes out of bounds. Fans that are here from South Bend like that play.
A good smart play defensively, too, by Guerin, and not get a touch on that and give him a corner. Just let it go out of bounds and get it back to your keeper for a goal kick here.
Now we're coming up on 15 minutes remaining here in the first half. Guerin back on offense once again. Well, one thing you want to keep is that aggressive attacking style. If you can certainly keep that thing going here in the first half. If you're Guerin, try to sneak one across again, as this will again sail out of play on the far side. But adjustments made as we go, both teams. Mentioned that tournament draw will come up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, so they will know the path of the upcoming sectional and regional, semi-state, and state. And it will work fast. I mean, once they get that tournament going, it's you better be ready to play.
I believe next week's the final week of regular season play, and so we'll get the state tournament started the following week.
Yeah, what's interesting, I think, about Guerin, don't they still have 3 matches to go this year, so they're going to get some time. And a lot of teams like to keep playing right through. Some teams like to have a little time off to prepare, but I think I'd rather play, especially if I'm playing well.
I was getting ready to say, I mean, Guerin comes in on a 4-match unbeaten streak, so if you're hot right now, why not just keep playing?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So Guerin will have a throw-in. Looks like we've got a change right here for Guerin. Coming out of the lineup will be Emerson Jennings.
Entering number 4, Catherine.
And coming in will be Catherine Constantino. She's a sophomore.
Yes.
Mentioned how many seniors on both of these teams, and Guerin ends up taking a couple of their seniors out of their lineup. A junior sophomore on the replacement here at South Bend St. Joseph. This is Frick once again. Right of the box, the entry, the ball entered, and it was intended for Ramirez. Karam's high in the air, right side of the box, and now this will be cleared right back to the keeper, and Guerin will look to attack on the near sideline.
Guerin gets it back. One of the few times they weren't able to get Frick double-teamed, and she was able to race by a defender, but they could not get anything going out of it.
Yeah, last couple of possessions for South Bend St. Joseph. There we go. Guerin on the attack once again. The kick, and this is going to be caromed off to the right. Good play by the keeper. That was a beautiful play.
Yeah, great opportunity there as Guerin's going to come up and get a corner out of it, but I believe that was Susie on that shot on goal, deflected off of the keeper. I thought it might go in off the Karam, but it just scooted out of play.
Susie just a sophomore, as here's a corner with the wind on this one, but nobody there to receive it other than the keeper herself, and Guerin didn't have as many players on the attack that time looking to make it 2-0.
Yeah, Guerin couldn't get anybody in the box to get a header on that ball.
Here's Frick. Frick now starting to play a little bit more aggressive here, handling the ball as she works it in the box. There are 4 black jerseys.
Here they come now. They're not going to let her race by them again.
Oh. Yeah, they were going to make sure that Frick was going nowhere. And we talked about maybe that would be the plan, make sure Frick isn't going to hurt you at all. And so far, I think Guerin Catholic has done that job, no matter how many players it may take. Right in front of the keeper and able to scoop it up. And she had to grab it quickly because Constantino was right there.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity for St. Joe. Good pass. They had a player there, but it was hit kind of softly, and the keeper, realizing that she had some time to grab it, and did.
Well, Eric, we're down to the last 11 here in the first half, and both teams have had opportunities, but we saw Guerin score first, and so far that's where we are. Guerin into the attacking third once again, right side of the box. Lead pass intended for Constantino. Goes down in the corner, and she'll work it from there. It eventually will go out of play. I'm having to look through my camera guy and his tripod
For Guerin Catholic,
and all the cords.
How
about that? See, here the producer, he goes, just look at your Viewmaster. I can hardly see it, too.
Yeah, the problem is the sun is directly behind us.
Those producers, they think it's so easy. You know, they make all the big dollars, make us sit out here in the elements. Guerin back on offense again. That pass going by Warman. Well, you can tell Guerin really likes to work their offense off the left, and they've gotten it back to that side once again. Inside the box, South Bend St. Joe able to clear that one away.
Yeah, good defense there. It looked like the ball ping-ponged off a defender and maybe it opened up an opportunity for Guerin, but they recovered.
Good physical play. Did they call the foul? I think they did. That's a tough call against Guerin. I think that was Hadley. No, I'm going to take that back. Haley Abel again. I really like the way she plays. I mean, she's just aggressive, stays on the ball. Even when a opposing player may get a hand on her, she does not shy away from contact. And there she is again, able to intercept that ball past midfield, and here come the Golden Eagles once again. Ball lifted near side. Foot chase after that one. It goes out of bounds.
Touched out by St. Joe, so Guerin going to keep it here as we get substitutions.
You know, the good thing about this field, too, is they have the fence close enough where the ball doesn't squirt away. We were doing a game the other day. They had no ball chasers, and if that ball went away, and if you're a team that likes to get the ball, get it in, and get playing in a quicker pace, that can certainly play a difference here, but the ball can't get away far enough. So
entering is number 15, Lauren Harrington.
Lauren Harrington will come in for South Bend St. Joseph.
Mansfield. Entering for Guerin Catholic is number 17, Caitlin McKeever. And number 21,
so you hear all the different substitutions coming in here late in the first half. Ball lifted at midfield. 2-on-1 right here. Two defenders for Guerin on the ball. It almost seems like they've always had two defenders on the ball, no matter who may have it. South Bend St. Joseph. Here's Mansfield. Mansfield surveying, left-footed kick, but right into the awaiting arms of the keeper for Guerin Catholic.
Frick gave that one up to the open Mansfield there, but not really that great of a shot on the goal because the keeper was right there.
Well, I tell you what, that could be so tricky still with that wind right behind you. You hit a good knuckleball and you read it wrong as a keeper and accidentally have that thing ricochet off your leg, and the next thing you know, it's tied at 1. So great job for Guerin again. Throw in right in front of the St. Joseph bench here for Guerin Catholic. That's a smart play right there. Really nothing available, able to back it up and reset your offense. 7:37. Kind of work the middle of the field, see what is available on each side as that ball will go far sideline and eventually out of play, and Guerin the last to touch it. So another throw in here for South Bend St. Joseph. We got to be a little bit surprised in a lot of ways, again, as we said moments ago, and this thing could change here in the last 7 minutes of the first half, going to the second half as well, but only 1-0. And those numbers really stood out to me when we were doing the pregame, as just the amount of offense here on the field today.
As much as Guerin's been able to control the ball in their zone here, offensive zone here in this first half, South Bend St. Joe's got to feel considered themselves maybe a little lucky to only be down 1-0.
Yeah, Guerin another takeaway, and then South Bend comes right back. They were able to get a return, and good look again at Guerin on the attack, and there's Haley Abel again. Guerin once again in the attacking third. Lead pass, ball inside the box and cleared away. The keeper comes out. There's a collision just outside the goal, and good look at number 23 that time for South Bend St. Joseph, Lainey Eder, as she had to go down in the turf and able to receive that ball back and clear it out of there. But Guerin back once again. Centering pass knocked away. Just shy of midfield. And guess who? It is Frick once again. And look at all the black jerseys chasing her. There are 3 around her right now.
Yeah, they took it away from her, but she got it back. Then we get a whistle.
Well, if you're Frick, you're probably a little bit frustrated right now. Unable to get anything going, knowing every time you look up there's at least 2 to 3 black jerseys around you.
Yeah, Guerin has certainly come in with a very good game plan of trying to have how to defend her here in the first half.
Bailey Freeze on that far sideline deep in the corner. She draws 2 defenders as well. There's a collision there. Ball goes out of play on the end line. And we'll have a goalie kick right here. So returned back once again to South Bend St. Joseph.
Substitution for Guerin Catholic. Coming on, number 24, Claire.
So a change here. 24, Claire Hanlon, senior defenseman coming in. St. Joseph again trying to work on the right side and unable to get it past midfield. Good takeaway by Warman. Guerin doesn't give up that possession, just kick it loosely. They end up looking to see if there was anything there, and the ball goes deep into the corner. Indians will return it. Guerin loose ball. Can they make something happen here? Opportunity out front. Ball kicked with the left foot, but nothing really that time for Guerin Catholic.
Yeah, a little good touch pass by Freeze there, number 4, but set up an opportunity, but nothing to do there.
That is, I believe that's Frick, isn't it? Yep, that is Frick now working off the left side. Good defense by Shaylin Hussey, the senior. Step for step with Frick to make sure she didn't get a breakaway goal.
CC Leffler.
Leffler back in now for Guerin Catholic.
A lot of substitutions in here in the first half for Guerin. I think that's probably has a little bit to do with it. They're going to have to play another match later tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do. You play, and then you're going to, what is it, you might get done by 3 o'clock, and then you come back 3 hours later and play again. So your body has to adjust. Kind of very rare, isn't it, that you're going to play 2 in one day unless you're in some type of a tournament format, which won't happen in the state tournament. Nice play to the middle. Constantino with a left-footed kick as that ball goes out of play. Got another substitution for the Indians. Maeve Green will come in. She is a junior forward midi for the Indians. 2:45 remaining first half. You see the score right there. That happened early. And nothing since that time. South Bend St. Joseph looking for an opening. Good lead pass near sideline. If they work it back to the middle, and they will. But there is Guerin Catholic again. Good backside defense. Hanlon was there. Green tried to work that ball back to the inside, but again, would hate to sound like a broken record, but it seems like everywhere that there is a white jersey, Guerin Catholic makes sure that they have a defender there.
And ball goes out of bounds again. Guerin knocks it out of bounds, stay out of trouble, and just trying to wind this last 155 down and get to the halftime with a lead.
Yeah, and here's one thing you don't want to do is give up a goal either way here late. Guerin's got to feel really good going into the locker room about how they've defended this high-scoring team. That was a shot beyond the box.
That was a rare turnover by Guerin, but pass shot deflected away.
Foot chase for a loose ball near, I should say, the far sideline. Unable to keep that one alive is Kiffmeyer for Guerin. And the ball was cleared all the way. Looks like they're going to move it up. I was going to say near midfield, but now we're stepping this one off, again, right in front of the St. Joseph bench. Well, if you're Guerin right here, you have a minute remaining. Keep it on your offensive end if you possibly can, and just go into the locker room with that 1-0 lead, and it looks like they're going to try to do that up until that good ball, the good kick there by Guerin, and we'll bring it back to midfield. So down to 42 seconds. St. Joseph unable to get things into gear offensively again in that possession. Guerin may be their final opportunity here in the first half. Good job by the Indians defensively. They come back the other way. Lucy Smith was the player for South Bend St. Joseph that was able to get the takeaway in the last possession, as this one will be headed out of bounds. And the countdown to halftime, and that's where we stand. As we mentioned, a goal early for Guerin Catholic. It was Alyssa Ferry, the senior, able to Guerin the early lead. And let's get your thoughts. I know we have a little bit of time here, and we're going to take a quick break, but I don't know about you, but when I look at those numbers coming in, and you talk about one team, South Bend St. Joseph, outscoring their opponents in their last 6, 21-2, and then you look at Guerin, 28-7 in the last 8, but so far no offense today.
Yeah, no offense today, as you say, 1-0 Guerin here at the half. I think Guerin's going to continue to do what they're doing in the first half. They're going to try and bottle up Frick in the second half, because it's worked in the first half. I think for South Bend St. Joe, they're going to have to try and get somebody else involved besides Frick if they want to get this thing even.
All right, we'll take a timeout. Guerin Catholic on top of South Bend St. Joseph 1-0. This is Guerin Catholic girls soccer right here on IndianaSRN.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger. It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks. I'm trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You see my kid?
Yeah!
Come on!
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Game day on IndianaSRN. And now here's a special message from Assistant Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, Sandra Walter.
In cooperation with the Indiana High School Athletic Association, IndianaSRN would like to thank the men and women who officiate our sports contests. Congratulations to the following officials who've been selected as Official of the Year in their respective sport. This distinction is based on service to student athletes, coaches, and community over decades. These men and women have given countless hours to promoting and ensuring that education-based athletics are afforded to your student athlete. In cross country, Mr. Ted Knopfsinger. Soccer for 21-22, Mr. Lawrence Lohner. In volleyball in the north, Mr. Steve Klein. And in football in Lake County, Mr. Fred Schob. If you'd like to become an IHSAA official, please contact Sandra Walter at the IHSAA office, phone number 317-846-6601. And a huge thank you to Mr. Keith Meyer and IndianaSRN for being such an advocate to our officials, our student athletes, and our administrators of 407 member schools across the state of Indiana. We certainly thank you for the support and the constant effort to promote all that is good about education-based athletics.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
I'm Mary. Welcome to Guerin Catholic High School. Many people believe that we're just like any other school, but I'm here today to show you that we're not. At Guerin Catholic, we are family. Now I know that sounds crazy, right? How can a school be like a family? Well, it all starts with St. Theodore Guerin herself. Her charisms inspire us every day. She's been praying for us since before the school was built, before we were even born. On one of her many resting places, it says, "I sleep, but I watch over the house that I have built." As a student, it's so inspiring to know that we have our own saint in heaven praying for us every day. But if you really want to understand what Guerin Catholic's all about, there's a lot more you need to know about us, starting with who we are. Mother Guerin also has some advice for the teachers. She says, love the children first, then teach them. It is these wise words that inspires our teachers to motivate students and look for the best ways to meet each student where they are. You might think with all this love, academics might not be important, but there is nothing further from the truth. It is because of our faith in seeking the truth that we aspire to know all that we can know. But we can't stop there. We have to know how to think about the knowledge in order to make a difference in the world. Whether you need a little extra help or you're ready to be challenged with an international baccalaureate diploma or anything in between, there is a place for you at Guerin Catholic. But we're not just about academics around here. At Guerin Catholic, we are well-rounded. There are so many ways for you to get involved. Obviously, we have sports. We have 21 athletic teams, including swimming. And if you don't play a sport, we're all about supporting those that do. Our student sections are so much fun. We are spirited. And we also have 43 clubs. So if you don't see anything you like, you can start another one. We also have band, choir, orchestra, and theater. We are involved. At Guerin Catholic, there are so many ways for you to discover and use the gifts that God has given you. We are creative. Getting involved in these activities is not just about having fun. It's also about developing skills that help you become a great leader and providing opportunities for you to lead. At Guerin Catholic, we are leaders. Another great way for you to grow as a leader is through service opportunities. There are so many ways for you to share your gifts with others. Mother Guerin says, you will be happy yourself in making others happy. That's what service is all about. By connecting to local organizations or through mission trips, you'll have plenty of opportunities to serve. At Guerin Catholic, we are compassionate. There are so many opportunities to travel at Guerin Catholic, from mission trips to Costa Rica to performing in New York City. We are explorers. You will find the Guerin Catholic community all around the world, working, singing, and learning, all to get closer to Christ. Here we are at our chapel. This is where I leave you. But as you think about your future, I'll give you one last piece of advice from Mother Guerin. Do not give way to uneasiness about the future. Place yourself gently into the hands of Providence.
My name is Jay Jones. I'm the commissioner of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's game. We hope you'll stay tuned to SRN for tomorrow's Heartland Conference Game of the Week, showcasing some of the best small college football in the Midwest. We look forward to seeing you then.
We're back at a windy but sunny Guerin Catholic High School, 1-0 as we're ready to start the second half. A reminder, today's game is brought to you in part by IUPUI Sports Management, the IHSAA Foundation, as well as Piper Logistics. Well, second half, and here we go. Another 40 minutes of play. South Bend St. Joseph unable to get that offense rolling. We talked about that coming in, so let's talk about second half. We know, I guess if I'm just kind of looking ahead, South Bend St. Joseph going to make the necessary adjustments, as will Guerin Catholic. What do you see in the second half?
Yeah, it's going to be who can make the better offensive adjustments here in the second half. May end up winning this particular match here. I think the second half, the first goal of the second half is going to be absolutely critical. I think if Guerin can get it 2-0, they may very well go on and get the upset here today over against South Bend St. Joe. But if South Bend St. Joe has got to figure that they've got to probably be the one that gets the first goal of the second half.
I want to remind you the tournament draw again will be on Sunday evening beginning at 7 o'clock. Again, both teams will know their tournament direction then. You see Guerin lining things up.
Yeah, Guerin, to me, has just been too good defensively so far in the first half that what we saw, if they can get a 2-0 lead, that South Bend St. Joe's going to be able to score twice on them here in the second half and be tough.
Yeah, and if I'm Guerin, then I'm playing a lot of ball control. I don't necessarily mean that you turn out to be more conservative on offense, but I'm certainly going to really try to possess that ball a lot more as the whistle is blown and a foul called against Guerin Catholic. You know, you see a lot of teams will do that. You know, they kind of let up and they play so conservative that they relax a little bit too much. I'm not saying you don't put the pressure on, but, boy, if I go up 2-0 against a team like South Bend St. Joseph, who is so high-powered, and Frick hasn't been able to scratch so far here today. Guerin playing the same way they did in the first half. They really like to work up that right sideline, and no different now.
Yeah, and Guerin is going to make a goal change here at halftime as well. They're going to go with Zero Taylor Beard here in the second half. They've pretty much done that a lot of the season if you look at the minutes played between the two goalies.
Do you like that? I mean, I don't know. If I got a goalie that's playing well, do you want to make that change?
Well, I guess the coach feels confident with it. He's done it all season. I don't know. I thought Capella played very well in that first half.
I do too. I guess it's just a certain way. Maybe you feel equal about both. We'll see if it works here today as South Bend St. Joseph trying to get off the snide here against Guerin Catholic. Here come the Indians. Middle field, opportunity outside the box, and the kick is on the way and scooped up, and I think that might answer one question.
Right away, it didn't waste any time. Beard comes right in and has to face a quick shot on goal. Right there for it, though.
Beard looked like a player that has played the entire first half, and a good ball all the way to midfield, and Guerin back on the counterattack to the near side. Let's see how the Golden Eagles handle this one. That is Ferry, who scored the game's only goal so far here this afternoon. Ball advanced with the left foot, and that goes out of play. If you've just joined us, the sound you hear is the wind that is blowing in this open area here at Guerin Catholic High School, and it has been blowing consistently and gusting all afternoon.
It seems like it might be gusting a little bit more right now here at the start of the second half than it was the majority of the first half.
Eric is getting the worst of it. You think that I'm actually behind the press box a little bit. You got the whole thing coming at you. You can really hear right there. I feel like I'm on the Weather Channel and you got that hurricane going.
And I would certainly, with the wind gusting like it is right now, I would certainly want to be the team that's up 1-0 here in this game.
Exactly. And we have seen the way that has been a factor here today on those corners. Boy, if you got to kick into it, you get absolutely no distance.
There.
Yeah, that's got to be a call against number 9, Ashley Deputy. She's just a freshman for South Bend St. Joseph, so we'll have a kick right here. And Ball put into play off that left side, high in the air toward the net, but nothing there.
Yeah, driven in towards goal. The ball held up in the wind a little bit, giving Hull a little extra time to make that save.
Haley Abel was the one who put it into play and giving Guerin Catholic an opportunity perhaps. Here South Bend St. Joseph back on the counterattack as they'll work it near the left box line. Can they bring it back and get a good angle? Nice knockaway. That looked like it was Abel again for Guerin Catholic, and she'd right now be maybe the defensive player of the game the way she has played. Back to midfield, and we'll head the other way. And that wind, the way it is blowing almost out of the northwest, any team that is heading that way, as is Guerin is right now, and they like to play that ball off that right side, most of their kicks are going to go into the wind. Just like that one, and that thing really held up and curved back to the top. Here's an attempt, and that one is snatched out of the air again.
Yeah, great save there by Hull, timing her jump perfectly there.
Barry was the one who got a good leg on that one, too.
Sure
so she kicked it well. See that ball advanced to midfield. Here come the Indians again. Boy, that's impressive. You look down there, and all those Guerin Catholic players are hustling down the field and making sure that defense is going to be a huge key here in the second half, and now they get the takeaway. Jennings off that right side, looking ahead to see what is there, all the way advanced to the end line, and then that ball will be kicked all the way to the other side on the box. Guerin again will bring it out front, reset it. 34-38 remaining in the second half. Guerin trying to pull off the upset of number 7, South Bend St. Joseph.
And so far they're doing a great job of possessing the ball here in the second half, even with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, they have great spacing, and there's a nice takeaway. Gardner deep in the corner now for Guerin. Entry kick, and that will ricochet out front. Race for the loose ball on that far side. One of those was, again, number 13, Haley Abel for Guerin Catholic. Ball in the box, and that'll go wide right and out of play, so we'll have a goalie kick here for South Bend St. Joseph. Two teams will be back in action. Final game for South Bend St. Joseph. They'll take on Mishawaka Marion. That'll be a conference matchup. And then Tuesday, or after tonight, it'll be Monday. Guerin will play Penn tonight at 6, and then Center Grove on Monday at 7 o'clock. So they've got a quick turnaround time. No preparation for their matchup on Monday. See Guerin advancing that ball again. That's going to go too far, and nothing there for Katie Koger. Both teams trying to adjust to each other and also to the elements here today. I know that can be a little bit annoying the way that wind is blowing toward us from the backside and hitting our microphones, but boy, it just hasn't stopped. In fact, when we got here, it really wasn't too bad, but it's continuing to get worse as we go throughout the afternoon. As a player, I don't know about you, but as a player, sometimes it can probably be a little bit frustrating as well. You got to make adjustments on the fly. Not only to deal with the people that are trying to stop you from advancing and such, but then you got to worry about the wind as well. Guerin able to race toward that ball first and goes out of play. We've called number 13, Haley Abel, again, so she's been all over the field here today for Guerin as a throw-in for South Bend St. Joseph, and quickly out of bounds, and a throw-in now for Guerin Catholic.
South Bend St. Joe has been unable to get anything going here so far. Early stages of the second half, they had that one shot on goal early, but other than that, it's been nothing.
Indians work it behind and now to the near side. We have seen both teams like that right side to go on the counterattack as this ball goes deep into Guerin Catholic territory. We'll see how they'll be returned here by the Golden Eagles. You see them really spreading out the field right here. They've done a nice job beginning the second half doing that. Try to get a little one-on-one action going. Here is a lead pass, Ferry. Ferry stumbled a little bit right there. Can she catch up with it? She does. Here's Koger. Koger in the box. Right foot, no, and that'll go wide to the left. In fact, hit the backside of the net there for Guerin Catholic, but another attempt, another shot on goal here by Guerin.
One of the first opportunities of the game there for Koger, leading goal scorer coming in to this game for Guerin. They had 7 goals coming in.
And we have not mentioned Ella Frick so far here in the second half. She is in the lineup, but so far quiet here this afternoon. As mentioned, coming in with those 21 goals, and Guerin has not given her any opportunities whatsoever.
Yeah, the Indians at South Bend St. Joseph just have not been able to possess the ball really long enough here in the second half for her to even have any opportunities.
I was kind of keeping an eye on Frick right there, and Warman was right behind her. In fact, is shadowing her just everywhere she goes. Warman is going to chase her. So now Guerin back on offense. Advancing that ball was Claire Hanlon, a senior defender, trying to find the opening. But again, ball goes out of play. It'll be back to South Bend St. Joseph, a throw-in. Guerin double teaming that ball. A lot of shoving going on. Frick was the one that extended the arms, but ball went out of play, and it went off of Guerin. 2 players go down. Who's going to get the whistle? And they will say that is on Guerin Catholic. That's a tough call right there. Looked like both players had a even chance to get the ball. Didn't see either player extend their arms.
Free kick coming up here, a little bit downwind on this kick.
That is number 13, Lindsay Guttermuth. Now a long distance here. That is well beyond the box. Let's see how this is going to be placed. Short kick. And nothing there as Guerin Catholic defended it well once again. Here's another attempt, but again too far out and nothing on the carry.
Way outside on that attempt there.
That was Mara Green there for South Bend St. Joseph. Guerin giving it up. Turnover. Here come the Indians in the attacking third. Let's see how they work it here back to the inside. There's Frick. And guess what? Defenders everywhere. It's like that pesky gnat who won't go away, and Frick goes down. No whistle there. They'll let him play through this one. I thought that was clean.
Good tackle and takeaway there.
So Guerin again not letting Frick hurt them here in the second half. Here come the Golden Eagles again. That is Abel. South Bend St. Joseph will just clear this one and give their defense a chance to regroup as Lucy Smith with the left foot clearing that one out of play. Number 7 and number 19 in 3A soccer battling it out. And boy, tell you what, right now there's not a whole lot of difference when you get these two teams out here on the pitch, when you consider that they are 13 spots away from each other, but they are as even as you can get here today, as that'll be knocked down. Would have been wide right on the attempt. Keeper for South Bend St. Joseph putting a leg into that one. Not a whole lot of distance. Guerin able to get a foot on it momentarily. Now the Indians will try to advance it up that left sideline, but again, big old number 13, Haley able to get the takeaway. Not sure if I'm South Bend St. Joseph, I don't try to advance that ball someplace else besides that left side, the way that Abel has played here today. Nothing there for Guerin. 50-50 ball. Who comes down with it? That'll be a header by Lucy Smith. Guerin able to keep it, and that ball goes wide right.
So it'll be a goal kick for South Bend St. Joe. We'll see if South Bend St. Joe can perhaps we'll see if they get a little more aggressive defensively to try and get the ball away from Guerin, because they just can't. I don't think they can afford to continue to let Guerin possess the ball like they are.
Well, let me ask you this, too. Psychologically, it comes down to, listen, you're frustrated maybe a little bit. You can't get that offense rolling. You're going to press a little bit here in the second half. That clock starts to work against you. I know we got a lot of time left, but if you're South Bend St. Joseph, you're thinking, when I'm going to really have to amp things up more.
Yeah, the passing for Guerin's just been great right now, and really nothing that South Bend St. Joe can do to take it away from him right now.
And right-footed kick, nothing there for Ferry. Had a kind of a different angle to try to get it around that defender, unable to do so. Able there again for Guerin. Still not so sure that if I'm trying to advance that ball, and I would venture to say it's probably what they want to do most of the time, but you want to try to get it away from Abel. She has been disruptive defensively.
Substitutions for both sides. First, entering for South Bend St. Joe.
Subs entering for both teams.
Cook. And number 3,
Guerin
Green.
unable to keep that one going as both teams able to get something on that ball, and a takeaway here for South Bend St. Joseph.
Guerin able to muscle it right back again there.
Boy, and both teams, though, even though they've made some substitutions, they get a little bit younger when they go to their benches, because you have so many seniors able to play that even those players coming off the bench have played well here this afternoon. Indians get it past midfield. Even though they do, Guerin has been there. There's always a body around the ball.
Unable to really get any clean passes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Alex Susie there for Guerin Catholic, as that ball will be scooped up, and another goalie kick right here. Almost sometimes as many times as we have called a Guerin player or players, you almost feel like there's more players out there for Guerin at times than there is for South Bend St. Joseph, especially on defense. Gardner looks back toward the middle, nothing there. That is Warman. Guerin working it to the far side. Abel head up, takes a look, and the line drive kick knocked down in the box and then not even cleared out, as Guerin may have another opportunity. They will not, and Guerin has a player down for just a moment. That Gatz, number 22.
Yeah, it is number 22, shaking up a little bit there on that play.
Yeah, appears to be okay. I don't know if they'll sub for right here. Looks like South Bend St. Joseph will bring Lupe Ramirez. Now, Ramirez played well in the first half. There's Ramirez right there. Thought she gave them some energy coming off the bench in the first half.
Yeah, came in and got one of their rare shots on goal in that opening half.
Just under the 23-minute mark. You see the time and the score bottom right of your screen, and we've been stuck on that 1-0 score since early in the first half when Guerin got the goal by Alyssa Ferry. There had been opportunities throughout the entire contest, really both ways, but we've really talked more about this Guerin defense and the way they've slowed down South Bend St. Joseph coming into this one here this afternoon. A team that is averaging over 3 goals per game. In fact, 3.5 goals per game, and the numbers they put up lately have been just absolutely incredible, but not against Guerin here so far.
I'd be shocked if they end up with 4 goals in this game.
Yeah, that would be a big-time letdown defensively for Guerin. I don't think that's going to happen, though, as the ball deep in the corner and eventually cleared out of there by number 13 again, Haley Abel. Boy, as many times as Abel's been called here today, that'd be almost like feeling like she has a twin out here, because she is everywhere. has played so well today, both ends of the pitch now for Guerin Catholic, and Guerin able to come away with another takeaway right there, and they're going to keep it on the South Bend St. Joseph side. Let's see what they'll do. Coming up on 21 minutes. Long kick and receiving that one on the line drive. You saw the keeper able to bring that one in.
So we'll see if South Bend St. Joe can get something started here offensively. Whatever reason, the last 2 years they have struggled against this Guerin defense, have not scored a goal in the last 1.5 meetings between these two teams.
Well, you know, sometimes there's just some of those teams you don't play well against, and no matter what it is, it's becomes a little bit of a stigma. You just can't seem to get it rolling, and a lot of it, again, has to do with the players out there. Guerin wants to make this a statement win here today, that you can beat a top 10 team, and it's going to give you a lot riding in later tonight when they play Penn. Ball sailed out of the stadium and onto the hill up top. The fans must give that ball back, though. In fact, that ball took off onto the other side.
Yeah, that headed towards the football stadium.
That's right. Man, had a little wind behind it, too. It took off pretty quick. Guerin back on the attack. Can they advance it from here? And they will keep it into the attacking third once again. Guerin, another great opportunity. Can they come up with a goal here? Try to make it 2-0. Players jockeying for that loose ball, picked up by Ferry momentarily, but South Bend St. Joseph now on the near side. Here's Ramirez looking back toward the middle, but deflected. And how many times have we seen a ball deflected here today where Guerin Catholic has been able to come back with it and really stop any offensive flow on the other end? I like the way they space that out and work it to the far side.
They're just not going to get any quick counter off of Guerin. I think if they're going to get a score, they're going to have to find a way to just keep a little bit more possession of the ball with some short passing and get themselves set up with a play.
Boy, on the other side, South Bend St. Joseph has not. In fact, we got a change right here as Koger back in for Guerin. You know, South Bend St. Joseph, they've had very rare fast break opportunities here today where they've been able to get out ahead of the field. Because Guerin has played it so well defensively, they always have someone back. 50-50 ball right there as it goes out of play. It'll stay here with Guerin. Not a bad throw-in, but unable to keep possession on that play, Guerin, but it is knocked out of play again by South Bend St. Joe. Now you're down to 18 minutes.
Keeps eating up more clock, and Guerin keeps possession of the ball with these throw-ins.
Now you kind of think about how many possessions might you have remaining without a couple of takeaways and your turnovers. You don't have that many to go in 18 minutes. Good kick. That one ricocheted again. Ramirez trying to clear it to the near side. Guerin is going to keep it right here on a throw-in.
Could not clear it, so Guerin keeps it here on the near side.
And I'm sure as a player you start to have that go through your mind, and as a coach as well. What can we set up that is going to get us that goal to tie this thing up? Knowing the way that Guerin has possessed the ball today, there's able again for Guerin Catholic, able to spin away from the defender. Ball in the box, nothing.
And I'm sure they have set plays, and you know, on possessions in a tight ball game like this, you get under 17 minutes where you're down one goal and you finally get possession of the ball where you've got to get something going. So it'd be time to run one of those, I would think.
Yeah, certainly not. I want to wait too long if you have something there, but the big story of the day has been this Guerin defense. Another takeaway from that goalie kick at moments ago. Ball in the box, chance here for Guerin, and it's going to go wide as that was Alyssa Fair. I don't know if she got her body turned well enough to try to get a good look.
Could not quite get the angle on that kick that she needed there on a sidewinder.
Well, she had a teammate to her right, Makes you wonder if maybe she was thinking about making the pass first and then later the attempt. There is Ferry again as this one rolls inside the goalie box area, but nothing available again for Guerin Catholic. So now your clock is down to 16 minutes. Indians trying to get possession. Abel goes down for Guerin. No whistle there. Ball will go out of play on the far side. I think the official did finally point that it will be Guerin on the throw-in.
Substitution for South Bend St. Joe, now entering number 4, Meg Baxter.
Meg Baxter heard the
20,
PA announcer.
Frick.
Frick is back in as well. Ella Frick had gotten a little bit of a break, so she is back in the lineup now for South Bend St. Joseph.
Got her a little bit of rest, so she's got some fresh legs. The question is, can they keep control of the ball long enough to have her make a difference here?
Well, so far that has not been the case even here late in the second half. You see again Guerin up that left sideline for South Bend St. Joseph, and Haley able to knock it away. Another change for South Bend St. Joseph. It'll be Natalie Feldkamp coming back in the lineup, and looks like Ramirez coming out.
Natalie Feldkamp.
So throw in here for South Bend St. Joseph. Well, that thwarted again. This offense just unable to make headway here today against the Golden Eagles. Here's Warman. Work it back to the near sideline. Ferry. Ball squirts loose, eventually goes out of play, and will stay here with Guerin Catholic at 14.5 minutes to go. Always the feeling when you're leading at 1-0, that clock never seems to run fast enough. On the other side, it seems like it goes very quick.
Substitution for Guerin Catholic, now entering number 4, Catherine Constantino.
Constantino back in here for Guerin. As we mentioned moments ago, that wind has been a factor. Will it lead to something here in the last 14 minutes as South Bend St. Joseph making yet one more change? Looks like Carolyn Morenis has come in, a defender, midfielder, a senior in the lineup now for South Bend St. Joseph, one of the 10 that they have on the roster. We'll stay right here. Guerin on the throw-in. Good look at Gardner. You know, if I'm one of the Guerin players and I have a throw-in, you want to waste a little bit of time. I've seen him do it in college. You just kind of hold on to it and look around a little bit. Every throw-in, you can probably get a good 10 seconds off.
Certainly is definitely a way to eat up some clock here with protect a 1-0 lead.
Ball goes far side and unable to run it down. Isabella Cook there for South Bend St. Joseph. Guerin quickly putting it back in play. They must not have got the slowdown menu, or it should say the menu that we threw out there a little bit ago, the memo, I should say, on holding onto that ball. Throw in again for Abel. South Bend was unable to get control of it right there as Lucy Smith will kick that one out of bounds. And, of course, we move down a couple of feet, put it back into play. Guerin, right side of the box, ball lifted high in the air, but that will sail into the netting behind the goal. And once again, South Bend St. Joseph trying to advance it to midfield, but what has been the theme so far? Another takeaway.
Yeah, immediately they turn it over off that goal kick there and allows Guerin to eat up some more time defensive on offense here when possessing the ball.
There's Frick. Able to gain possession herself. Good job working it up that left sideline, but a whistle and that'll stop play. Might be a foul that time on Guerin Catholic, so we'll have a kick right here at the spot of that violation.
Let's see what they try to do here. Do you drive this deep, or do you play it short and set something up where you try to possess the ball?
Well, Frick is going to go away from the ball, so they're going to go ahead and play that into her off the free kick right there in the left side. Good job with the feet on that time by Frick. Frick in the box, looking back to the inside, cleared away.
Yeah, lost her footing a little there on the end line.
But that common theme again has been Guerin had players all around her. Coming into with 21 goals into this one, but she has been held scoreless here this afternoon. Frick double teamed again. They want to get it away from her, and they do. That's a nice defensive play there by Susie. Well, Taylor Frick can do a lot of things with that ball, and he was just unable to get it by Susie that time, and that's great defense. There's Susie again on the other end of the pitch. And now the clock coming at 10.5 minutes remaining in this one here this afternoon.
As we approach the 10-minute mark, you just have to wonder how many more viable opportunities is South Bend St. Joseph going to get in this game to score.
Well, generally, I don't know how long it takes to get from that end to that end. Let's say it takes you 25 seconds, 25 seconds. You're figuring you don't have that many possessions remaining, do you? You got to find a way to then make takeaways and get something quick, but we just see every time that they try to advance it, there's somebody there, and that was again Abel.
And then you got to make a play against this Guerin defense, which is not broken down at all today.
They have been everywhere that South Bend St. Joseph has been. This might be one of the better defended games I have seen in a while, where they just have not made any mistakes. Another opportunity here for Guerin. That ball held up by the wind on the line drive. It was short. Guerin's going to keep it in their end, and this ball lifted toward the keeper. Nothing there for Warman, but again, you put a little pressure on that South Bend St. Joe defense. Ball lifted near midfield, and Warman
kicked right to Guerin off that goal kick.
That one off the line drive. Guttermuth there, but nothing for South Bend St. Joseph. Everybody trailing it by several yards, and now Guerin. There you see the ability to spread things out. Susie again looking toward the middle of the field, and Annabelle Wright. Chance here for Guerin. Can they get one right here? And yes, they do. Number 2 on the afternoon, and Guerin a breakaway goal. And now they lead this one 2-0, and it looked like Katie Koger there for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, so she's the leading goal scorer coming into this match for him, gets one there, and it looked like that ball hit the corner of the goal and then bounced right back in the left corner of the post, and then shot right back in for
the 71st
goal.
Play, a goal.
Well, you're talking about now only 8:37 remaining in this one, and now the pressure really on South Bend St. Joseph. You can't take a whole lot of time here, as that is going to be Frick now for South Bend St. Joe. Works it back to the inside.
Number 9.
Nice defense again coming up. Number 14, Annabelle Wright. Ball left of the box. Frick. Ball cleared away. Good job again by that Guerin Catholic defense as they were able to get it out of there. Warman was back there as well, and we've got a foul up front. Laney Eder there for South Bend St. Joseph will have a free kick. Windy afternoon, and so far Guerin Catholic number 19 in 3A. They've looked like the number 7 team, as that ball will be brought down, making sure she had possession. We've seen Taylor Beard, Bailey Capella. They pitched the shutout here today against a very high-scoring team. Now, if you're Guerin, you don't have to really push it too hard. A lot of possession soccer. There you go. Just dump it back and really make them chase.
Yep. Put the pressure on St. Joe to try and take the ball away from you. If they can't, better off for you to just burn some more clock.
Boy, and if you're on the South Bend St. Joseph side, when that second goal was scored, you just kind of feel like, man, we really got to push it now. That clock is their enemy. When you always felt that if you could just get that one break, but Guerin never allowed him to do so. Near side once again, the Golden Eagles. That's Gardner, and smartly played it back to midfield. Get that defense chasing, and you start to run out of gas eventually, especially this late in the match.
Yeah, short passing is tremendous here at this point in the game for Guerin as they protect this 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they've had this ball at least, the last 30 seconds or so, and you see it under the 10-minute mark. Kind of reminds you, if you're a basketball person, you kind of play that four corners, and then if you can find an opening, which Guerin has right here, and they can spread that defense. Oh, that was not a great kick off the right side. Not a bad look, though, for Freeze.
An opportunity there. You wonder, though, if unless you're sure to get a great kick, but you just rather burn some more time with possession of the ball.
But again, you know as well as anyone, you spread that, you get those open areas, and everything looks a lot bigger than it generally is, right?
Yep, certainly.
And you can afford to do that when you're up 2-0, and you're thinking about, if I can get that defense spread out that far, boy, they're really going to have to do a lot more chasing.
But Guerin has just continued to do a great job to get the possession of the ball off of these goalie kicks from the Indians.
See, I'm a Guerin right here. I'm not so sure I just don't back it out, do the same thing I did in the last possession. Not so many bodies that are working down the middle. 4:45. Here you go. This is exactly what we're talking about. That is Frick out front. Yeah, but you got to not let that happen. Frick with a takeaway. Frick, opportunity here for South Bend St. Joseph. Left-footed kick knocked down, and the return also too high.
Great stop by the goalie there, Beard. And then they got an opportunity off the rebound, and that ball was just kicked a little too high then on off the rebound.
Well, the mistake was made, though, on that exchange on the backside there for Guerin. They've got a change here. Coming out of the lineup will be Gardner.
Substitution for Guerin.
So the mistake you couldn't make, you made.
Yeah. Fortunately for Guerin, South Bend St. Joseph couldn't take advantage of it. Had they gotten one right there, we would have been had ourselves a ball game again.
Yeah, the whole dynamic will change big time, and a goal right there, but that was a great save. Taylor Beard, just a sophomore. Beard will step right in that starting lineup when Capella graduates. She's a senior. Guerin again able to clear it out of their own zone, and now we'll have a foot race with that ball deep in the corner. Kiffmeyer tried to clear it out of there.
Yep, ends up in a goal kick for the Eagles, the Golden Eagles of Guerin.
3.5 to go. Guerin trying to pick up win number 6. You know, they really could have had 8 wins coming in, had those 3 tie matchups and games that probably could have gone either way, but the bottom line is they ended up tying in those 3 against some pretty good competition this year. Abel lead pass, nothing there. South Bend St. Joseph trying to come back the other way. Will receive the ball at midfield, and here's a return, but there's no white jerseys there. They had Frick earlier, got that nice steal. I don't even see where she's at now. I'm trying to locate her to see where South Bend St. Joseph may try to find an opportunity for her. I don't even know if she's in the lineup right now. They may feel, there she is. Yeah, she's still in, but she's on the far left side. I know they're looking toward her, and they will on the throw-in, but there are black jerseys everywhere, and even if there's not two, there's another one coming. Guerin had another player waiting on her right side to come in and help.
Yeah, they're going to let the goalie pick this up, take control of it, and burn a little bit more clock here while she clears it out.
Nice header back into that South Bend St. Joe's offense, and now Guerin just outside the box. Good control by Ferry. Got the opening goal, and that has kind of set the tone here today for Guerin as their defense really taking over, and now we're down under 90 seconds remaining. 3 more changes for Guerin.
For Guerin Catholic, now entering number 18, Sydney.
Number 12, Hadley coming in. Number 18, Gatz. It looks like number 5 is Gardner back in.
They did stop the clock there to let those substitutions come in.
That was number 9, Anna Sumsky, not Gardner. Some of the players' chance to get a little experience at the varsity level if they haven't got many minutes this year here for Guerin Catholic. But this again is going to be a huge win over number 7 South Bend St. Joe. But that story is going to be the way they really shut down this South Bend St. Joseph offense. Very impressive here today. Make sure you check out the IndianaSRN.org website for upcoming broadcasts this week and throughout the rest of the soccer season. And a lot of games still to come, though we're coming down to the end of the regular season. Indians might be their final attack of the day with 20 seconds remaining. South Bend St. Joseph fans wanted a call right there, no whistle.
10, 9,
and
8,
you hear the countdown,
7,
and
6,
Guerin Catholic
5,
is going to walk away
4,
with a big win here today.
2, 1.
There it is. 1 goal in the first, 1 in the second. Eric, your thoughts about this one? I think kind of a big surprise for all of us that not that Guerin couldn't play good defense, but just no offense today for South Bend.
Absolutely. I think the surprise was that they would shut out this South Bend St. Joseph team today. I mean, Coach Sean Yao and the Golden Eagles, they came up with a great defensive plan here today, how to limit a great offensive team in South Bend St. Joseph and come away with a 2-0 victory. And they're building some great momentum now. This is their 5th straight match. They're riding a 5-match unbeaten streak right now at the perfect time of the year.
Exactly. Well, big win. Again, the final game for South Bend St. Joseph. They'll play Mishawaka Marion. Later today, Guerin, 6 o'clock, they'll take on Penn right here at Guerin Catholic High School. We're going to wrap it up here this afternoon. Your final score, once again, Guerin Catholic 2, St. Joseph 0. Thanks for being with us. For Eric Eaton, I'm Troy Nergowski and the crew. Appreciate you joining us for for Guerin Catholic girls soccer right here on IndianaSRN.